The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing for the right to advance into a single elimination in-season tournament, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Las Vegas. First time, here's something special for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MONEYMOVES. That's code MONEYMOVE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bet if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for Nightcap. Ocho is having some technical difficulties, so we got to get this show on the road. We thank you for your patience, especially if you're on the East Coast. So, as I said, Ocho is having some technical difficulties, but we've got to get this show on the road. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. Y'all know me. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience through all the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations. You guys have stayed true to Nightcap, and we greatly, greatly appreciate your support. Go check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. The holidays are upon us, and we want to make sure you have a very joyous, festive holiday season. And what better way to do that than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier? Now, if you cannot find it in a city or a state near you, you can order it. December 18th is the cutoff. That way we can ensure that you'll have it by December 30th. So please, December 18th ensures it'll be there by December 30th. Thank you again for your support. And one more favor, please drink responsibly. Please go check out my media company page on all of its platforms. That's Shay Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84, with 84 being spelled out. Our newest release just dropped last month. We've got t-shirts, sweats. We've also have some really cool stocking stuffers, beanies, koozies, and mugs. Quantities are limited, so please get yours while supplies last. Tickets for the Super Bowl show in New Orleans, our first spring tour stop, they're on sale now. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and the date is February the 6th in New Orleans. Be there. You don't want to miss this. We've also been nominated for 2 Sports Podcast Award, Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Again, nominated for 2 awards, Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Please go vote for us. The link is pinned in the chat and on our social pages and all of our blogs. The Vikings moved to 12-2, tied for the best record in the NFC. With the Detroit Lions. Going to be very, very interesting. The Lions beat them early in the year. The Vikings traveled to Detroit. The injuries are starting to mount. They had 13 players already on the defensive side of football, already on IR. 2 more go on IR. McNeil, the great defensive tackle they got, Carlton Davis III, he's currently on IR now. So now that makes it 15. The injuries are starting to mount, so that's going to be a very interesting game. And if I'm not mistaken, they played the last game of the season. But the Vikings beat the Bears and moved 30-12, moved to 12-2 within striking distance of the Detroit Lions. And remember, like I said, Detroit kicked the field goal early in the year to beat the Minnesota in Minnesota. Total yards, the Bears had 283, the Vikings had 329. Total rush yards, Bears was 112, Vikings was 114. Caleb Williams was 18 of 31, 191, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And Sam Darnold was 24 of 42, 31, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Like I said, guys, Ocho is having some technical difficulties, but we wanted to get this thing on the road. But when you watch this game, Minnesota looks really good. And I think because Detroit has played so well for such a long time, people have kind of put Minnesota, kind of put Green Bay kind of on the back burner. But if you watch them throughout the entirety of the season, they're a very good team. They bring a lot of pressure. They can get to your quarterback. Green Bay, we saw Green Bay last night against Seattle, and Seattle had been playing really well. But I think those are two teams, clearly all three teams in the NFC North. There are 4 teams, but the Bears are not going anywhere, not with that record. They're 4-10 with 3 games remaining. So the best they could do is 7-10. But Minnesota 12-2, Detroit 12-2. I think the Packers are 10-4. So those 3 teams are going to have a very, very strong presence in the playoffs. But I like what I saw from Minnesota. The Bears have got to do a better job of starting. They just start entirely too slow. They're giving teams 10, 13, 17-point leads, and then they try to work their way back late in the ball game, and they're not a good enough football team to overcome those slow starts. So they're going to have to do a better job. I don't know if it's scripting plays. I don't know what's going on, but if you look at them, they've done a very poor job of starting ball games. And when you start ball games like that, and when you start with a rookie quarterback, and you're not and your talent, I mean, they have some skill position players. Offensive line is not the greatest, but I do think Caleb Williams holds on to the ball entirely too long. There's some plays that he had that were made. He had Rome Odunze right over the middle, and he went away from him. And I don't know why he would do something like that, because clearly he's not comfortable just yet of making the right decisions and letting the football go on cue and on rhythm. And so he's going to have to get better on that, but give him some time. He is a rookie. There's a big difference between it being a rookie quarterback and being a vet in college. Obviously he can make plays off script in college, but those don't happen very often in the NFL, and you're not trying to make a living making plays like that. But Minnesota looked really good. And and with the injuries that Detroit is having, they're vulnerable. They're very, very vulnerable. I think Philly is 12-2 also, right? They've only lost 2 games. Yeah, Philly is 12-2 also. And so when you look at that, you got Minnesota at 12-2, you got Detroit at 12-2, you got the Eagles at 12-2. And if you put some money down, that matters to you, who I think the best team in the NFC is, I would say the Eagles, based on their defense, that front line. And as much as been speculation about happy, who's not happy, seemingly bickering on the sidelines every single week. I still, based on what I've seen from the Eagles, based on what I've seen from Detroit, now the injuries start to mount and their defense is compromised. I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. I think Minnesota is going to be, I think Minnesota going to give Detroit all they can handle. And at the end of the day, it comes down to, it's not who's playing, who's healthiest. Who's the healthiest team and who's playing the best. But it's Minnesota had to be pleased with what they did tonight. They beat a division rival. It's very tough to beat division rivals. Chicago, Minnesota, there's no love lost, but Minnesota dominated this ball game. And you saw that in the score. You saw that everywhere. They just did a great job of handling their business and taking care of business. And that's what you expect of a team that's 12-2. You good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, we got the ultimate premium internet.
This game, the Minnesota and Chicago. Minnesota wins the game 30-12. Minnesota moves to 12-2, tied with Detroit and Philly with the best record in the NFC. Chicago falls to 4-10. Minnesota wins 30-12. What do you like about what you saw?
Listen, tonight's game, Minnesota obviously looked very good. Very good. What Sam Darnold's been able to do, for the Vikings with J.J. McCarthy going out, being able to, most of the time, when you think about backup quarterbacks, your backup, he's a backup for a reason. For him to come in and make them almost a Super Bowl contender, only losing 2 games this season, he's been very good offensively. He's really played himself into another big deal. I'm not talking $50 million quarterback type money. I'm talking about, your Baker Mayfield, 3 for 40, something like that. And he's giving them a chance. And there's a good chance he does come back. He does come back there on something small based on what they've seen, the small sample size and what they've seen this year. He's played very well. And again tonight, he's done the same thing. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, I can't think the Titans' last name.
Hawkinson,
Hawkinson
TJ
looking
Hawkinson.
good, and it just look good. Goddamn, on the other end of the spectrum, Caleb Williams. I don't know if it's the play calling. I don't. He has all the weapons. He has all the weapons he needs to succeed. I don't know if it's a play calling or not, but maybe his decision making, getting the ball out a little faster. I mean, the offensive coordinator would basically know Caleb Williams' strengths and his weaknesses. I'm not sure if the play calling is to Caleb Williams' best strengths. He does need to start fast, like you said earlier. Just they're not good enough to be able to play from behind. So they need to do all the things right, possibly that they can in the beginning to at least compete with other teams because they're not that bad.
No, they're bad.
No.
They just
They not that bad because obviously every team is a quarterback away. You look what Jaden Daniels has done for the Commanders. You look at look what Sam Darnold has done when he has the right supporting cast around him, outside of when he was with New York, outside of when he was with Carolina, and look what he's done in Minnesota. I think for Caleb Williams, it's the same thing because you have the right supporting cast around you to be able to succeed. There's just something missing. There's just something missing. Maybe as a rookie, maybe being a rookie, your decision making isn't what it should be. Maybe it's the play calling. It's just something that's off because you have the pieces around you to be able to succeed, and it's just not happening the way it should be. Now, I don't know what it can be, but there's a reason he was a #1 pick. There's a reason. He's good. He's a really good quarterback, based on what we've seen so far, just in NFL, as a rookie, it hasn't been what it should be. And it shouldn't be like that as good as he is.
I just think it's pre-snap. He just got to get a better job of pre-snap. He's got to do a better job of processing and letting the football go. Like I said, there were situations that he had receivers open, and for whatever reason, his eyes went elsewhere. That's not play calling. If I call a play and I got a guy open, if your number one receiver, your number one read is open, I don't know why you would go to two without giving one a chance. And there were plays like that tonight. There were plays that'll be had, and sometimes I think he likes playing. I think one of his strengths is that he's very good at improvisation. Yeah. He's very good at playing off script. Yeah. But that's not how you want to try to make a living. Now, it's nice to have that in your back pocket. You see guys like a Lamar, you see guys like a Mahomes, you see guys like a Josh Allen be able to make plays off script. But that's not how you want to live. You want to be able to go through process information very rapidly. 1, 2, 3, check it down, throw it away. That's how you have to do it. That's the only way to be successful. You're not going to make a living in this league continuously making plays off script. It's just too difficult for you to do. And so at some point in time, maybe it's play calling, but we see a situation when they fall behind. But I know what happens when you fall behind. You can throw caution to the wind. Go. It's easier for you to play free because you're already behind by 21 points. So who cares if you fall behind by 28, 31, or whatever the case may be? But at some point in time, they're going to have to do a better job of starting because they do not have the team that's well enough, that's equipped to overcome 14, 17-point deficit. And so that's it in of itself. Give yourself a chance. And we saw them against Detroit. They started terrible, and then they got going right there in the end, and Detroit ended up winning the ball game. So we've seen them play well, falling behind. But I just don't think that's a great way to try to win football games, Ocho, is to try to continuously fall behind and then ask your rookie quarterback to try to now make plays to win you the ball.
But maybe
game.
That's the issue. You said it right. As a coordinator, obviously when you fall behind, you said it, you throw caution to win, and you just play freely. You go off goddamn script and you run what you think is going to work and what you need for one to score touchdowns and to get yards and chunk plays. Maybe you should start the game like that. The same way you do and pretend as if, you know what, we're down right now. Hell, fuck it. We throwing caution to win. We're losing, so I'm going to call the game as such and allow Caleb to do what he does best, as you said, playing off script, which he shouldn't do. Obviously, you as a quarterback, you want to be able to run a normal offense, be able to go through your progression, be able to go through your reads, and make sure your anticipatory skills are what they should be, and being able to facilitate the ball through that progression. And maybe that's just not his strength right now. So why not just play to his strength? And maybe that's why they look so good coming back against Detroit.
So what's his strength?
Playing off script. Playing off script, being able to just
you can't call play. Ocho, you can't call plays. You can't call you call a play. The play is not meant to be. When you call a play, most plays are meant to do certain things. You can't say, okay, well, this play gonna break down and just go off script. That's intuition.
I know what you mean. I mean, going off script. Let's say I'm not sure if y'all did this. First 15 plays of the game is scripted. Yeah,
it's scripted. Yes.
I'm just saying,
yes,
call it a little bit more freely as opposed to how you would do if it was the beginning of a game. That's all. Now, I personally don't know what that looks like for them. I just know, hell, when you got them behind, the play calling is much different as opposed to whatever your normal tendencies would be on a first down, second down, third down, whatever it may be. I'm just saying because they look completely different when they fucking down.
But you also got to factor in the defense plays you different when they got a 21-point or 17-point lead. So they'll give you stuff. They'll let you nickel and dime your way down the field. So I have to call the game accordingly because I don't know. I'm basing off when I call the first 15. That's the one thing I know. What we've seen on film study is that more times than not, they're going to give us these defenses. Now, once we get past those first 15, we've got to play football. They're going to settle in. We're going to settle in. And now we go play. Now, once I get a big lead, all I'm telling my guys, nothing cheap, nothing deep. I'm not going to nickel your way down the field. We're not going to give you big chunk plays. And so now all of a sudden, the 10-yarder, the 5-yarder, the 8-yard routes, they're available because nobody wants the guys to get behind them. They have, when you script the first, how do you F up the first 15? Bro, you've been practicing these plays all week. You come in on Friday, you have a good idea what you're going to do. You walk through them on Saturday. I'm trying to figure out how, bro, y'all got to do a better job than that. Y'all got to. But Minnesota 12-2 in the wild card position because they happen to be in the same division as Detroit, and Detroit owns the tiebreaker because they've beaten Minnesota head to head. That could change moving forward. It could easily be Minnesota be the number 1 seed. It could easily be the Eagles have the number 1 seed. But I just don't know how the Lions, with all these injuries that's starting to mount on the defensive side of the football, I don't know how they hold on to that number 1 seed. If they do, given the injuries that they're dealing with, man, you got to go ahead and give Dan Campbell the coach of the year.
Well, I was thinking about it. I'm thinking about those that are free that can come in and help right away and play right now. Carlton Davis is out, broken jaw, right? If I'm not mistaken, broken jaw. I'm thinking Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard is out there right now. I think that's someone that can come in and fill that spot. Very, 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 very.
Is he in shape?
He's been working out. You know he's been working out. Now I don't know personally. I'm just saying based on what I've seen from him and his agent that they put out, in him being available and wanting to come in. I think he might have had a tryout, maybe 1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just saying being able to fill the hole so the Detroit Lions can make that run, that playoff run on somebody. Listen, the Lions love playing man to man. What does Xavier Howard do very well?
Well, not playing man-to-man the last couple of years. That's not what he's been doing well.
Come on, don't do that. Come on. No.
You say what does he do well? Not playing man-to-man. That's not what he's been doing well.
But stall him out, Debo.
But you know what, Ocho, that I hate? When you see guys like Howard that's been a Pro Bowl player, that's been an All-Pro player, now they got to send out memos and smoke screens to try to get back into the league. I tell guys all the time, Ocho, it's easier to get in the league and stay than get in the league, get out, and try to get back in. So once you're in, Ocho, it's easy to get in the club. But what they say, and when you go to a sporting event, if you leave the arena, there will be no more re-entry. So that's what I'm trying to tell these players, Ocho, and they don't want to listen. It's easier to get into the league and stay as opposed to getting in, getting out, and try to get back in. Because now people start to look, okay, so what happened? Why is he not in the league? And so, look, there's some issues off the field. Hopefully he got those resolved. So that if the guy can play, I'm sure Detroit is going to kick the tires again, Ocho. I don't know if he had a trial with them. Like I said, I haven't been following that closely. I'm sure They're going to kick the tires again. Maybe they have guys on the practice squad that they elevate.
No. Come on now. We know we talk about practice squad, and we talk about players that have the experience to be able to play the position. So Aaron Glenn can do some of the things that he wants to do. We don't have to change much. And how do you do that? By going out and getting a veteran that's been good at what they do, whether it looks like it did 5 years ago or not. You have someone that's familiar with defense, that's familiar with covering, especially man-to-man, which Aaron Glenn knows boys like to do, and that has a lot of interceptions. And it will always have himself in position to make those plays as you make this run. And then, hell, you got fresh legs. You have no wear and tear, so you get the best version of that individual or whatever they have left in the tank. And I think it would be a good look. As far as the second level is concerned, I don't really know about linebackers. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know about linebackers and what their availability may be as far as somebody coming off the street or somebody that's played the game for a while. And I don't know about defensive end. But I can speak to the skill position in DBs.
You got what you got now, Ocho. And the thing is that what concerns me is that catching up with the speed of the game. Because that's a different mentality when you're on that edge. Now you on Rikers Island, and the Sharks. Cause all I know is if I was playing and I see a guy and he been out of the league for 13, 14 weeks and he just coming back, I'm gonna cook his ass. There ain't no ifs, and buts about it. I don't care what you were. I just know you're not walking back in being that same player. Now you might build back up and become some resemblance of that. But I know your first couple of games back, you ain't gonna be him. And because guess what happens, Ocho? When you start working like that, soft tissue.
Oh
injuries.
Yeah.
Because you and I both know he ain't been backpedaling, planting, start cutting, turning, twisting, and running like this, like he gonna be in the game. And because practice, you gonna be sore after those first couple of practices. You know how sore you are. Think about how hard you work out in the off season. You take your black ass to practice those training camp. Those first
different. Was it different by the time you hit that day 3? It's different.
Still play. Ain't no being. You walking like Frankenstein. ain't no being. Ain't no flexion. Ain't none of that. Everything hurt. You get out of bed, your ankles hurt, your hips hurt, your knees hurt, because all that starting, plant, cutting, transitioning. Yeah, man. But I would look. What do you got to lose? I mean, you got guys going down, but the problem they got is because a lot of it, they got interior guys. They got linebackers going down. They ain't just got a specific position. They're going down. They're dropping like flies at all positions. D-line, linebackers, and secondary. And at some point in time, and as I was saying today on First Take, at some point in time, the man that's next to the man that's next to the man ain't enough.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
Listen, one of the most important things for teams going into the back half of the season and into the playoffs, it ain't having the best team. It's about how many players you have healthy when that time comes.
The healthiest team.
The healthiest. And everybody hurt, huh? People in the chat, people that are watching, everybody's not healthy. You don't feel the way you did going out week 1. Everybody got something wrong with them. Everybody's nicked up. Everybody's nervous. It's a nick, a knack, or it's something. There is no team that is completely healthy. But how many players you have going to the back half of the season, heading into the playoffs, and how many can withstand whatever those injuries may be? Man, you're lucky. You're lucky, especially this time of year.
Updated playoff pictures. The number 1 seed in the NFC, the Detroit Lions at 12-2. The Eagles, which has to be the number 1, has the top seed in the NFC East. They're number 2 at 12-2. The Bucks at 8-6 and number 3. The Rams at 8-6 and number 4. Those are your 4 division leaders. The first wild card is 12-2 Minnesota. The second wild card is 10-4 Green Bay. Washington needs one more win to secure themselves. Well, yeah, I think if they get one more win, they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll be 10-5.
Yep. And now Seattle theoretically could get to 11 wins. Atlanta could get to 10 wins. Arizona could get to 10 wins. But those are the teams that really control their destiny. Everybody else, the 49ers, the Cowboys, they need help.
Cowboy.
Because they can't get to 10 wins. So you got the hope, Ocho. You got the hope that you went out and then somebody else takes care of business, helps you take care of your business.
Imagine if this, I mean, hypothetically speaking, when you think about it, imagine the Cowboys get to the playoffs.
I ain't hypo and I ain't thetical, so it ain't happening.
Wait, Unc, you just said it yourself. You just named them as the team that can rely on other teams for something to happen or just mysteriously go their way where they happen to get in. What you think?
But here's the thing: they got to go to Philly. Philly's trying to get the number 1 seed. They're not. I don't see them beating Philly, and Washington needs one more win. See, if Washington gets another win, the Cowboys can't catch them. So all Washington has to do is get to 10 wins, and they can't. And the Cowboys can't catch them. Now, Green Bay already has 10 wins. Minnesota has 12 wins. The Rams are in. See, the Rams, the thing what they have is that they're in a division. Now, it's going to be very, very interesting how it shapes out between the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cards. But if those teams gets to 10 wins, it's over for Cowboys because the Cowboys can only get to 9.
And speaking of those 3 teams you just said, Cardinals, Seahawks, or the Rams, I think the one team that no team, I don't care who you are, I don't care how good your defense is, I don't care what you say or what you're ranked statistically, offensively or defensively, you don't want to see the Rams offense in the postseason. You don't want to see that offense with both receivers back healthy. Nah, absolutely not.
Well, the thing that's been really impressive about me is Kyron Williams' ability to run the football. And so when he runs it, Ocho, guess what that means? That play
opens up everything.
Now you got Puka on the over. Now you got Cooper Kupp on the sale. Now you got Atwell. And so you got guys that can make plays in the passing game, and everything is predicated that zone running scheme, the shit that, that was made famous by Mike. Kyle runs it, is that when you can run the football and now I can play action off of it, linebackers got to come up. They got to try to get down the field and stop that run.
They ain't got no choice but no choice. I call it, they got to check the door because somebody knocking.
Jalen Johnson said he was unaware that he did not have the captaincy on his jersey today when asked after the game. He's one of the 8 captains that have worn the C in every other game. Said he would talk to Bears equipment manager Tony Medellin for an explanation.
Why wouldn't he have it on there? I'm curious.
I don't know. I thought it was all once you saw it.
It's already there.
You know what, Ocho? Now maybe was this the first time they wore those jerseys? Because it seemed like Minnesota had a different color uniform.
They have some ice white uniforms, but the Bears jerseys are always the same.
Maybe that's a different. Maybe Chicago had those. What do they call it? Color rush or something. But I was thinking, Ocho. Once you sew the captaincies on and you wear the jersey, I mean, what do you do?
But hold on, Unc. They don't wear the same jerseys, though, huh? You think they wear the same jerseys at the game?
Oh, yeah, you wear the same jersey. Hell yeah. Unless no, I'm saying, Ocho. Now, obviously, you have a home jersey, you have a away jersey. Now, if it gets ripped or something like that, okay, maybe. Or if you give it away. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? Because a lot of guys, they trade jerseys after the game. Right. They trade jerseys after the game. But man, I mean, hell, I wore the same jersey because you can see where they done stitched mine up. They done had it torn. They done sewed that thing up, man. That's why when you trade jerseys at first, the teams covered that. They're like, oh hell no, these jerseys like $100 and y'all giving them away every game. Oh no, y'all about to this $100+ $200 gonna come at y'all check.
Hell no.
So yeah, I can imagine he looked down and he said he didn't know that he didn't have the C on his jersey. And I'm glad because it just goes to show that he wasn't worried about that. He going out there to play football and try to win a game. I ain't worried about it. That's something I don't know if he's being truthful or not, Ocho, but it lets me know, look, I'm trying to win a game and we'll address this issue after the game.
Listen, he came. I don't know if you saw him dressed before the game, but he came dressed to play football. He came dressed.
Yeah. Oh, he was the one that came. Which one came like Frank Lucas?
That was Jalen.
Okay, that was him. Okay, he came like Frank Lucas.
He looked like one of them Detroit players now.
You remember when Frank Lucas went to the Muhammad Ali,
That's
Joe Frazier fight in Madison Square Garden?
Exact same coat and hat.
And he got his ass busted. They're like,
Yeah.
hold on, who is that with that outfit sitting that close to the ring?
That's exactly how he got caught up, because they had no clue who he was until you decide to step out and be flamboyant.
Mm-hmm. Had that, I mean, because think about what that cost. That's probably 100. That was probably like 50, 75,000 back in the 70s.
Easy. So imagine what it is.
Do you know how much? That's now. Probably about $300-400.
But that was chinchilla now. You know how much chinchilla is today in today's market?
I'd have been chilly because I definitely wouldn't have had that coat on. I'd just been chilly.
Don't forget the hat now. The hat was, hey, remember back in the days?
Yes.
When I'm talking about my grandma, when my grandma used to go to church.
Oh, yeah. Them old ladies always. My grandma.
Them hats?
Yes, them deaconesses.
Boy, ain't nobody want to see my grandma hat game, boy. Nobody wanted to see my grandma hat game, boy. She had all type of shit. White, blue, black, red. She had a dress and a hat for every dress and heel and a clutch. Play with it if you want to.
Hey, we put my grandma in the ground with a hat
for real?
on. Yeah, yeah. She told my sister she wanted to be in her hat.
That's live.
She had a hat, her sunglasses, everything. Yes, sir. You never go see. I don't remember. And like I said, I've never seen my grandmother go to church without a hat. Never. Yeah. And if she forgot it, you gonna turn around and go get it. Yeah, very important to go have that hat on. Them old ladies, that was the thing. The old ladies wore hats back then. But they were, deaconesses or sisters of the church.
Hey, you know who had the best hat collection? The pastor wife.
Do that.
Whoever the pastor wife,
absolutely.
She came stepping every Sunday.
Deaconess. My grandmother was mother of the church, so they had to get up there. They had to get up there, and they had to step.
Yeah.
But so I saw it on my feed, Ocho, on my
you didn't realize who it was.
And I ain't paying no attention. I just scrolled through, and I was like, damn, dude got on that Frank Lucas get up. Because it looked exactly, if I didn't know better, he went there and said, hey, let me get the Frank Lucas. Showed him a picture. Can you get me a coat and a hat look just like this?
Exactly
and that thing,
it's so funny. When they tweeted, when the Bears social media account tweeted it, I retweeted it back with a picture of Frank Lucas in the original picture, standing with everybody, with his wife and everything, with a comparison to him. Like, well, ain't that about a bit?
Yes, that's the exact ensemble. And that thing long,
that thing was clean.
Oh, that thing long.
You know what I want to know?
Now, you can get a jacket. You can get a jacket. You can get a jacket, or you can get the mid,
or you can get what they call go long. You from Detroit now. You straight Detroit.
Step. But see, that would have had them Stacey Adams, them Gators.
Oh, time out. What you know about Stacey Adams?
Man, come on, man. Now, you know them old men, them Stacey Adams. See, I went to church. The men had the Stacey Adams boots. They had them, not the thing came with the right here, Ocho, and they had them on real socks.
Hold on. It's so funny. Hold on. You're not, if I tell you, you're not going to believe me. Hold on. Listen, hold on. I got the Stacey Adams. Listen, I roller skate. I roller skate heavy. Anybody in the chat that's from the West Coast, specifically LA, I have my Stacey Adams. They all red roller skates. Yeah, with the small wheels. And if I don't show it to you, you can be like, man, stop lying. Now, I don't know if I can zoom. I don't know if this picture.
Okay,
can you see that?
It. Yeah.
Them my red skates made by Skate Fanatics. For those of you that are on Instagram, Skate Fanatics on Instagram, my red Stacey Adams. So as soon as you said Stacey Adams, I thought to myself, wait a minute. I got some damn red Stacey Adams skates because they call them sliders in LA. You slide on the wood because the way the wheels are made, it allows you to slide smoothly instead of really have grip, on the floor.
Well, a slider is a car. It's not your main car, it's your secondary car.
Hey, but it's a style of skating, normally known on the West Coast.
Yeah.
For those that roll out that way. But I love skating. I don't know how long you were in LA, but I'm just saying I'm not sure if you remember, it's no longer there now. Remember World on Wheels? I know you.
I've heard of it, but
Yeah.
I know.
You got,
I've never
think, when
been.
I was at Santa Monica, I was at World on Wheels back in 97, going to the sessions
Yeah.
97, 98, and 99. And that's where my love for skating has started. And I still do it to this day. But anyway, we all off topic. Go
Hey,
ahead.
but I remember early '90s, you had the I don't know, Chad, if y'all remember the Maris.
Mari.
And I had Maris. That was the Gators.
Okay.
And they came, I had the black
Yeah.
pair, I had a
Come
brown
on now.
pair, a cognac pair. Yeah, everybody had, you had purple, you had green, you had black. Back then, the guys had a pair of Gators to match every suit that they had. So if you wore a black suit, you wore black Gators. You wore a purple suit, you had purple Gators. You wore a green suit, you had green Gators. You wore a brown or a tan suit, you had Gators to match. Everybody, bro, you show up on the plane, 40 brothers with Maris on.
Hey, clean is the board of health, though. I tell you that.
Clean.
Is the board of health.
I know y'all. Hey, I don't know who if y'all remember it, but every color of I don't even know if Maris still makes shoes. I'm sure they do. But everybody had those big, and the square toe Ocho, because back then everybody had to kick it. Like the old kicking, like the straight old kickers had the square toe
in the front.
Everybody had the square toe Maris. Yes.
That's live. That's dope. That's dope.
The Falcons survived in Las Vegas 15-9. Desmond Ridder last second heave into the end zone was intercepted. The Raiders fall to 2-12. That's how you do it. Make like you're trying to win, Ocho, so you get no more pick, and nobody will say anything about it. The Falcons improved. They're 7-7. Keep pace. They're one game behind the Buccaneers. That's why First Cousin's still starting. Falcons managed to stay within one game of Tampa Bay in the NFC South. Raheem Morris on Kirk Cousins. He's got to play better. We have to find a way to get him to play better. We have to play better at the quarterback position. Atlanta's offense was pedestrian once again, mustering 261 yards, only 14 first downs. Cousins was finished on the night 11 of 17, 112 yards, and a touchdowns and an interception.
And the only what
gotta stop turning the ball over.
That's what it is. He's on a horrible 3 or 4 game skid as far as turning the ball over is concerned. The quarterback is what gives your team a chance to win. Period. And again, when you play as bad as you do, and the reason they won the game tonight is because you're playing against a very bad Raiders team. You won tonight because you're playing against a bad Raiders team. If you're playing against anybody else,
you get the hell beat out.
You would have got your ass handed to you tonight. Kirk Cousins has to play bad. I'm not sure what you call it as a quarterback. As far as baseball is concerned, for better context, he's in a slump. But this is a horrible slump. One that when it comes to baseball, it's just you and the pitcher. So you have to work on everything yourself. This one, you're the quarterback. You have 10 others to make sure, you know what? We're going to make sure you get it right. And you got 10 other people to help you do it. Now, the only thing on your part is your goddamn decision-making with the ball. You've been playing football long enough to know what's in front of you. You've been playing football long enough, playing the quarterback position long enough to be able to read your coverages, understanding the disguises that you're seeing before the snap of the ball, understanding where players are going to be after the snap of the ball, where these mistakes shouldn't be being made by a savvy veteran like yourself. It just should. And again, the only reason the only reason the Falcons didn't lose tonight is because you're playing the goddamn Raiders. That's it. And another thing, on top of this, I'm hoping Mark Davis understanding that Antonio Pierce hasn't got a fair shot. He hasn't got a fair shot because
you ain't winning without a
goddamn quarterback. And it'd be totally unfair.
No.
I hope he has the patience and understanding that, and allowing Antonio Pierce to get a quarterback so they can build around him, so they can have a chance to compete, not only in that division, but along with the rest of the NFL as well, like other teams have done. If you look at, I'm not saying the Bears have their answer in Caleb Williams. They have to continue to build, but Jaden Daniels, it's shown. But yeah, that's it. Bryce Young, it's shown.
The Falcons did everything they could to try to take the ball out of Cousins' hand. They ran it 37 times. They only allowed him to throw it 17. So you see what they tried to do, and they tried to make it simple because now we run it, now we play action off of it. But he's in a horrible slump, and right now he's like overthinking it. He's trying to aim the football, and I just don't know. I don't know if that's the correct way to get out of that funk that he's in. But they still have a chance, Ocho. They have a chance to make the playoffs and win the division.
And that's why they haven't benched him. That's why they haven't put Penix Jr. in there.
Absolutely.
That's why. Because they know what Kirk can do. We know what Kirk can do. Listen, we've seen Kirk going on a goddamn run where he's a monster in the regular season. I mean, I've seen it. You've seen it, But I don't know when it's gonna come. But if we're gonna get to the old Kirk that we used to seeing, obviously we can't call him playoff Kirk because he only has one playoff win. But at some point when you turn it around, let's turn it around for the good. For the good going forward. Because you got everything you need on offense. Bijan is special. He's special.
He had 22 carries tonight for $125. Algier had 12 for 43. Cousins, sacks, but he ended up, he got sacked 3 times for 19 yards. They had 168 yards rushing on 37 carries. You could live with that. Little over about 4.5 yards a carry, but 11 for 17, bro. I'm paying this man 50 mil a year. And this man gave me 11 to 17. But
they
Ocho,
scared, huh?
At the place that we're in right now,
they scared.
I got to take what I can get. I can't trust him. I don't trust him full-heartedly. I took the key back. It's the old lady. I took the key back, Ocho. Nah, you let me know when you're coming. You just can't come as you. You just can't come and go as you please. Kirk Cousins, we just not gonna allow you to willy-nilly just throw the football all over the field. You've shown me some things that says that I shouldn't trust you.
I like that.
So,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sure. Adam Schefter reporting, Mark Davis had a chance to stand behind Antonio Pierce at the owners' meeting, and he didn't. It didn't sound like he's an absolute lock to be back with the Raiders at all. Ocho, will the Raiders bring Antonio Pierce back
next week? Talked about that out the blue. Hey, Mark Davis, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Mark is like his dad, Ocho. He likes names. If you go back and look at what his dad, Al, look at his hires. He likes to flash it. Now he's gonna do like he hired John Madden at a very young age. He went and he hired Art Shell, the first black head coach in the modern era. You look at he make a big splash with John Gruden. He makes a splash with Lane Kiffin. That's what he tends. That's what he likes. That and his son is just like the old man. He likes names. One of the reasons why I'm surprised that they didn't give Belichick a call because that's a big name. But Tom, I believe Brady is going to have some. I don't believe. Do I believe Antonio Pierce has been given fair is where you judge pigs? You could eat cotton candy, ride the merry-go-round. That's what a fair is. But in this situation, I believe Tom is going to have a lot of say on whether Antonio Pierce stays or goes. And Tom is going to survey the land. There's a reason why they gave him an opportunity to have ownership stake, because they want him to have some say in who the head coach is going to be. So could I see a scenario where Antonio Pierce is not back next year? 1,700 million %.
I don't like that, huh? I don't like that. As a former player, you understand what it takes to win in this NFL.
I do.
A blind man that can't see understands what it takes to win as a team in the NFL, or what it starts with. It always starts with the quarterback position. If you don't have a quarterback, you're going to have hell trying to compete week in and week out. Everybody knows that. Even if you're a casual fan of the game and don't enjoy it that much, it starts at the quarterback position. They haven't had that at all. And it's been a while, maybe 3 or 4 years. I'm not sure how long it's been since Derek Carr left, but they haven't found the answer and the centerpiece to be able to build around. Now, this upcoming draft, now we're going to have that. We're going to have that. Going to get names. What is going to get names going to do? You have a coach already in Antonio Pierce that the players resonate with. No different than Dan Campbell. I'm not comparing the two as far as coaching is concerned. I'm talking about former players that played the game, that the players will be able to relate to, that is young. I just, I don't know. As an owner, they think differently. Him saying, oh, I want to get big names just to say and make a splash for fucking what? It's about what you have in that locker room and having someone who's going to be a leader of men in a position of power that can get everything out of those players. And you have that with Antonio Pierce. But the only issue is I ain't got nobody. Hell, it's like having a car with no motherfucking steering wheel. That bitch should go. It could go, but you can't go where you want to because you ain't got shit to steer with.
I think, Ocho, the thing is, what makes it difficult for Las Vegas and LA markets is that you have a lot of transient. What I mean by that, Ocho, there are not a lot of homegrown people in LA, not a whole lot of homegrown people in Vegas. And so unless you win, they're not coming. There's too much to do in Las Vegas. There's too much to do in Los Angeles. So what I got to do, I got to get a Sean McVay, a 30-something-year-old. And you see what they do. They go for it. Every year, they go out and they make the trade for Matthew Stafford. They make the trade for Jay Ram. They go all in. They go get a Von Miller. They go get a Leonard Floyd. Hey, we don't care. We're going all in because we got to win. There's too much going on in LA. I can be at Malibu. I can be at Santa Monica. I can be eating on a deck. I can be at the Ivy. There's too much going on for me to sit my ass in the confines of a stadium and we losing. Now, if you're the Dodgers, the Dodgers have been there for such a long time. The Lakers, a staple, they've been there for a long time, but not football teams. In Las Vegas, you just got a football team, 3-4 years ago. And most of the time, a lot of the fans, the casinos, they let the rollers get those tickets. And we not winning, I ain't going. Because, first of all, the Raiders not even my team. I like the Steelers. I like the Broncos. Or I like this team. I like that team. That's why when you go to, I don't know if you've ever been to SoFi, when the Rams play,
I've been there. It's real nice.
The opposing team always have more fans than the Rams. Same thing with Las Vegas. And so you got to win, or you got to have something to draw the fans in to make them want to come watch, Ocho.
Hey, I'm just thinking a sporting event in general. Obviously, there's no football team in Vegas outside of you have college, you have the UNLV Rebels. I'm not sure if they have a arena team out there.
They got a hockey team. They're about to have the four major sports.
The Knights. They got the Knights.
They got the Knights. They got hockey. They're about to get a basketball team. Baseball is coming in a couple of years. They got a women's basketball. They got a women's basketball, and they got football. So they got the four major sports.
But I'm just thinking, outside of the events, the excursion, not excursion. I don't think excursion is the right word. Some of the things you can do. You got the spear. You have the casinos. You have the shows that you go see.
Man, I'm coming to Vegas. I'm coming to Vegas to gamble. I'm coming to Vegas to gamble, get effing married. I ain't coming to watch those movies.
Listen, a football game is that's a good thing to plan if you're going to Vegas, along with what you just said. Listen, I'm going to get married. I'm going to get hitched. Oh shit, that gave me a good idea. But anyway, you're going to Vegas. You're going to get hitched, right? You think about it. You're going to gamble. You're going to one of them goddamn shows. One of them shows. Blue Man Group. I don't know what it may be. But having a football game because I'm in Vegas on the goddamn schedule, it's perfect. It don't get no better than that. Especially if it's hockey season. Hell, the Knights ain't there for the Knights. The Knights just won the Stanley Cup not too long ago. They're good. Yeah, they're competitive.
Hey, look, I'm going to a show. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna gamble. They got really good food out here. So the buffet, you better eat. Now, you know what? Hopefully, I can make the football game because football is played on Sunday. Do you know how the people are on Saturday night? They're gambling and they're drinking
all day, all night. Matter of fact,
now what helps is the game is at like 115, 120.
I got another one for you. Now, you might not know about this. Man. You ever been to the Spearmint Rhino? No.
I've heard of it, but I've never been.
How about Girl Collection, Floyd Mayweather spot? Have you been there?
I haven't been to Floyd's spot. I've been to Sapphire a couple times.
Okay, Sapphire. I like that color. That's a beautiful gemstone. But have you been to?
I like what was in there. And they had a lot of different. They had some sapphires. They had some emeralds. They had some rubies.
Okay, hold on. You ever listen? When you was in kid, right? In my kindergarten class, we had a bunny. We had a bunny in my class, and the name of our bunny was Carl. I never forget Carl. And as I got older in life, I flew to Vegas and I learned about the Bunny Ranch. Now I don't know if you've been to the Bunny Ranch.
I ain't been there.
You ever been there?
Nope.
No? Okay, I'm gonna get you a coupon because they got coupon for 20% off at the Bunny Ranch. I'm gonna get
Yeah, when I was in school, they had some bunnies in our class too, but their name wasn't
what their
Carl.
name was.
Susan, Christy, Amber. So, but nah, if like I said, bruh, 2-12. And look, we know sometimes. Look, 2-12. I mean, look at the quarterback that they
Yeah,
gave. One year they gave him Jimmy
yeah,
G. Uh, 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 then you had I don't even know who to start. Oh, Gardner Minshew
yeah,
started, and then you had Aiden
yeah.
O'Connell, and now you got Desmond
Mhm.
Ritter. It's just like so. It's a bad
Yeah.
situation. I wouldn't wish this on anybody because the thing that you don't want, Ocho, is like to like lose hope where you don't have any
Right.
chance of winning. You don't.
Mm-mm.
It is
I got a
bad.
question.
Yes.
What happened to Garoppolo? What happened to the Garoppolo that we saw when he was a backup to Tom Brady, and some words were exchanged behind closed doors where Garoppolo was playing so well, where Brady felt he was a threat. You need to get him out of here so I don't have to look over my shoulder because the backup that we have, if there's a chance he might take my spot. No different than when Drew Bledsoe got hurt, when Mo Williams hit him and I
Yes.
came in and Drew never got his shot back.
Well, that was not a threat. That was Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick really believed in Jimmy G. Uh, and the thing is that you get that a lot. I want to prove that I can win a championship without you. And it all of a sudden it became a race to see who can win the Super Bowl
Right.
first. Would Coach Belichick win without Tom, or would Tom win without Coach Belichick? Well, we know the answer to that. And so now everybody says, look, I mean, there are people that said they won because of Tom. People say they won because of
Right.
Coach Belichick. Well, Tom went somewhere else and won.
Mhm.
Tom went somewhere and won. So I think we have an answer.
Yeah.
And you get that a lot. And that's the hardest thing, Ocho, when you have that level of
Mhm.
success, it ain't good enough to say we both responsible for it. Nah, I need 51%. Now, if you concede, give me 51%, you take 49, we're gonna be
Yeah.
okay. But as long as there's a possibility that you might get more credit, I don't get it. Because at that point in time, Tom was still playing really, really
Yeah.
good. And I get it. But as we start to age, we need more help,
Yeah.
Ocho. It's just the same. It's just like as we start to age, we start to need
Yeah.
help. We have to write things
Right.
down. Our recall isn't what it
Right.
once
Yeah.
was. As you get older and older, you might need help getting
Right.
around. Well, even as great players, you need help
Yeah.
because where you used to can elevate everybody, now you need those guys
Elevate
to
you.
elevate
Right.
you.
It's no different as you get older. Sometimes you have to take them roast sparks because you need help.
Now, when you're right, I ain't gonna say you're wrong. I ain't gonna say you're wrong. Lions lose David Montgomery for the season, Ocho. How long can the Lions withstand this avalanche of injuries?
Oh, listen, I don't think you can replace David Montgomery. You can't replace what he's meant for that offense. You can't replace what he's meant for that running game. Obviously, they were a great complement to each other, Gibbs and Montgomery. I think I'm not sure what they're going to do. I'm sure again this is a situation where it's the next man up, but I don't think the next man up will be David Montgomery. I think they will be adequate to the offense and they will be put in positions to make the plays, to make the runs and try to replicate the production that David Montgomery brought to that offense. But I think brother Jameer Gibbs is gonna have to carry it. He gonna have to shoulder the load and do a little bit more than what was asked as before. And I think he's capable of doing so. And I'm not sure who the number two will be, but I think
Yeah, I don't know because all I know about them because they get all the carries. So I
right,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know who.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Uh,
somebody. I'm not sure who. And when it comes to the running back, you never bring someone off the, off
the
yeah,
street.
not really, right? No?
Because you probably got, I'm sure they got somebody on the practice squad.
Right. Excuse me.
Because I think running back is the easiest position to transition from college, from high school to college, from college to pro. Because the hardest thing for a running back to pick up is blitz protection.
Yeah.
Pass blocking. As far as eyes, if you have vision, if you have balance, that's there. But knowing who to block, how to block them, that seems to be the problem with a lot of running backs and what they struggle with. Amon-Ra St. Brown brought Prada suits for the entire Lions receivers room. Ocho, what's the best gift you ever gave or gift you received in the locker room?
Hey, that's a good one right there, Unc. I ain't really never really received no gifts like that, Unc. Especially during our time, during our tenure, we didn't have enough. We didn't win enough, Unc. Where gifts were really needed. We didn't win enough. During my time outside of one season, and I think if we won enough, then gifts would have been passed out for certain positions. I was able to reach this milestone because of y'all, because of this specific group, or me giving Carson something nice because we were able to.
Carson didn't buy the offensive line because normally offensive
quarterback always, especially for that 2005 season. I can't remember what Carson bought, but I'm sure he bought that offensive line something. Because but our offense was unbelievable that year. I don't know what the hell was happening that year, but if there was something, I can't remember obviously because it's been too long. But I remember Carson buying something for all the offensive linemen for what they had been doing, that season. That we were on fire offensively.
My 93, I was first team All Pro. I was named starter of the I was a starting tight end for the AFC. And I had a $10,000 if I made the Pro Bowl bonus. And I went and bought the offensive lineman. I bought them all Rolexes, stainless steel Rolexes.
Whoa. Wait, hold on now. Wait, how much was the Rolex? The price point of the Rolex?
It was like 25. It was stainless steel, like 25.
Okay. Yeah. I was getting ready to say because you got me thinking about Rolexes today, and I'm thinking about damn, that's 60,000 a piece.
Ash over here talking about, and she ain't never had a watch on a day of her life. Not an Apple Watch, not a Mickey Mouse, not a time. Where you watch at? I've known this woman 9 years. I've never seen Ash with a watch on. Hey, Ash, what time is it? This is what she does. 9:39. Look at her phone. Yeah, that's where a lot of people tell time.
Oh yeah,
I don't think because I always have a watch on. So unless I'm working out, but I don't really ever look at my phone to get the time. I just look down at my wrist. But that's I've never. I'm trying to think. Did I do anything else? Nah, that was it. And I was like, damn. That little $10,000 would have came in handy.
Yeah,
it was gone. It was gone. But it was just that I was just so, bro. I was just so excited because at that point in time, me and my brother were starters in the Pro Bowl. We both was like first team All Pro. So
what that feel like, man? What that feel like? I'm just curious. I think about all the brothers that played the game and made it to. Can you imagine what it feels like to be, a Moss brother, Santana Sonoras or a Kelsey, I mean, the Sharps. I mean, it's so more.
Mannings.
That gotta be
the Watts.
Yeah, that gotta be an awesome feeling, man. For the Bosas, like to have your brother, man, to go through life and this journey. Sometimes it's a little different, and you make it to the pinnacle of your childhood dream, and that's live.
To see my brother over there, and he was so happy. Like, because I called him and told him, I said, because we found out that morning, and so like lunch break, I called him, said, man, I'm in the Pro Bowl, I'm a starter. Man, that dude lost his mind.
Hey, that's a good feeling, boy. I know you were hyped.
Man.
Oh, I know you were hyped. I can imagine.
Because he took me over in 90, he made it. '89, he was first team All Pro. He led the league in catches, and he took me over. And so I was a rookie, and to get an opportunity to be around all those guys. So now I get to meet, all the guys are over there, and back then it was at the Hilton Hawaiian Village.
Yeah.
And so the Hilton Hawaiian Village is set up is a little different because it's access and everybody can just walk up. And so, that's good and bad if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, it's good if you know, just say it. And so, it was an unbelievable honor. And that year I'm trying to think. Nah, because my sister went the first 2 years. She went in '89 and went in '90. Did she go back? Yeah, she went back in '92. Right. She went back so she went in '89 the first year. I didn't go. Because I was getting ready for the East-West Shrine game, all that stuff. She went in '90, and then when we both went in '92, I was the first alternate, and Keith Jackson didn't go, so I went. That was my first Pro Bowl, and she went again. And after that, so I went 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. She's like, nah, I'm good. Because all she would do, she just order room service. She would come down the first day, so that Monday, everybody gets there. She would down, meet everybody. After that, she really didn't come down anymore. She just ordered room service. She's like, nah, she just like, it's too far to fly.
Hey, so, one thing about it, boy,
she never went back.
That's a long flight, boy, because once you get to LA, you still got another 5 hours to go. When you come from anywhere else outside of that, she was coming from on the East Coast, boy.
So she had to fly from Savannah to Atlanta to either LA, San Diego, or San Francisco. Sometimes they had a stop off in Dallas and fly there. So she's like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna let y'all have it. So then I started but then I took my coaches. So I always took my position coach. So that was every year. And then I ended up taking when I went to, so after I made it, I had different position coaches. So every year, the position coach, Les Steckel was always, he's going to be one of my favorite. He's always probably my favorite position coach. I would always take him, even though he was no longer my coach. So I would take him and Brian Periani. So now I go to Baltimore. I make it in Baltimore. So now I take the position coach. So it was great because I appreciate what they had done because everybody had taught me something different. Everybody worked with me. Everybody really helped me become the player that I became. And that was one way that I could show them that I appreciated it. And I invited them all all of them were at the time were still, except Steckel. Steckel was he wasn't coaching, but BP was coaching. And I'm trying to think, what was my what's my coach? Wade Harmon was my position coach in Baltimore, and he was still coaching. But it was a great honor to bring him out, fly him out, put him up, spent a lot of money. That's what my that was the only time, Ocho, in '93 that I had incentives in my contract. And after I got screwed out of that 100 bands, I was like, I'm never putting incentives in my contract again because y'all can control that. And plus, I believe, being the player that I am, I should lead the team in receiving. I should go to the Pro Bowl. I should be an All-Pro. Y'all paying me this money. No, I don't need no more incentive. Trust me.
I don't need to be incentivized to do my goddamn job.
No. Ocho, Aziz Shahir hit on Trevor Lawrence, boarded his $9 million guarantee for his 2025 salary due to the 3-game suspension. Al-Shir. Okay, Al-Shir. Also missed out on $300 worth of game checks and extremely costly play.
Yeah. Very, very costly, and the fact that it affects that $9 million in 2025, is beyond
guaranteed. Ocho,
that's unbelievable, huh?
And in Texas, they ain't got no state tax.
That's crazy. That's crazy, young. That's very crazy when you think about it. In hindsight, the game of football on where it has gone to now, where it is now, as opposed to where it was when we played in our day. You know, that's crazy. Not they're not playing by their money.
They're not playing. Hey,
They're not
they
playing.
hey,
The NFL is covering their ass because there will never be another lawsuit. We're gonna make sure we're gonna
nope.
dot all our motherfucking I's and cross all our T's because there won't be another era to come back and sue us 10 years down the line or
Nah.
20 years down the line and
Mm-mm.
actually and win.
Mm-mm.
That ain't
Nope.
happening. Not again.
Nope.
So
Why you think they
I
cut out all those
understand
videos? That's why, hey, they cut out all those videos. You remember they used to have
that.
jacked up
Yeah,
and hard hits and
yeah. Oh yeah.
mm, mm.
It was well promoted, and it because it was a part of the game. Now they want it out, and they love to call it, you know, player safety. I understand what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
You're trying to protect that shield. You're trying to protect that
Oh
money.
yeah.
You know, I understand it. I understand it totally.
The Bengals, Ocho, you guys still have a milk chance, 2%. This is how the Bengals get into the playoffs. The Bengals need to win out, need the Colts to lose one of their next three games. They need the Dolphins to lose one of their next three games. They need the Broncos to lose out.
Hey, to lose out, the Broncos got to lose out. Okay,
Yep.
can you do me a favor? Can you tell me the Broncos' next three games? Now, do they need to lose every game?
Every game, lose out. That's what lose out
Yeah,
means.
I know what it means, but I just don't like the Broncos are playing so well offensively and defensively. I don't see them losing out. Now, some of the other
They play y'all. They play y'all. They play Thursday night. They play the Chargers. They play y'all, and then they close off the season with the Chiefs.
oh, now there's a good chance. Yeah, you know what? There's a good chance y'all do go 1-3 now that I think about it. Because for one, I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
tell you right now, when the Bengals play the Broncos, we finna beat y'all ass. And when we go on the show that night, I don't want to hear you say foot or ball at all. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you.
Who y'all got? Who they got? I think y'all got the Raiders. Do y'all no y'all replay? Y'all got the Steelers. Do y'all got
I
the
think we
Steelers
have the
again?
Steelers one more time, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Y'all got the Steelers, the Broncos,
And who we close off with?
Browns. Y'all got Browns, Broncos,
Oh yeah,
Steelers.
hey Unc, you talk about a 2% chance. Forget 2%.
Yep.
There's a whole milk. There's a whole milk chance that we go to the playoffs and we squeeze in a little wild card spot. I'm telling you, I believe in my Bengals. I believe in us because of number 9. I believe in us because of Uno and goddamn T. Higgins. Now, our issue, which has always been, especially this goddamn season, is our defense. They happen to be our Achilles heel this year. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. I don't know what's going on. But if we happen to get into the playoffs, I don't know what we're gonna do defensively. I know what the hell we're gonna do offensively. I know what 1 and 5
We
gonna
can
give
well,
us.
we
I know
finna
what
go ahead.
Chase Brown gonna give us. I know one thing. We gotta score 50. We gotta score 50. We gotta score 50. It makes the other team score 45. That's it.
All I know, we're gonna go ahead and see what we're gonna put y'all out y'all misery on Thursday when we beat the Chargers.
Hold on. So if y'all beat the Chargers, that mean we out completely and no other circumstances?
Done. Kaput. Nah. Y'all, but see, those are the scenarios. Y'all need all of those scenarios.
Damn. Hey, you know what? I honestly I don't just a thought of it. Like it could be another episode of me being emotional on camera again, and that's something I don't think I can take. Being
I can. I like it. I, I like it like
hey,
that.
hell no. Oh
Ocho,
God.
Michael Vick seems to be the next NFL player, former NFL player, ready to make the jump into coaching. He's in discussion with both Norfolk State and
Oh
Sacramento
yeah.
State to take over their head football coach. The biggest potential issue with Vick is that he has no head coaching
Mhm.
experience or coaching experience at all at any
Mhm.
level. No college, no pro, no high school
Mhm.
coaching. Of the two jobs, Norfolk would give Vick the most time to find his sea legs, but likely lacks the resources to build a true perennial contender. Sacramento State, on the other hand, has a proven history of recent success and the resources to surround Vick with experienced coaches who can help him learn the ropes faster, but also have significantly more to lose if things goes poorly.
Mm. Listen,
Uh,
I like the opportunity that's presented itself, especially the Norfolk job. Despite not having the resources, that is where Vic is from. I think from a recruiting standpoint, young players wanted to go play for Vick. Despite him not having the experience, I'm sure he would have, a staff, people around him that would be able to guide him into to finding the right ways to go about doing his job, even though he had no experience in it. There was one point, you and I didn't have experience in dating. So how did I learn? I had to get my feet wet. I had to go out there and date. How do you learn to coach? You go out there and you do just that, and you get better at the craft and studying and adhering to it and finding ways and studying others and understanding, talking, conversations. Listen, you played in the NFL for years. You can make phone calls. You have the resources. Coaches, the head coaches you played for that you can confide in that can help you in that journey if you decide to embark upon just that. I think both opportunities are awesome for Vick if it's something that he loves to do. In order to coach, you got to have a passion for that shit. You got to really have a passion and love for that. For one, uprooting your family. Vick out there with me in Miami, and having to commute to the West Coast, to be on Fox all the time, maybe now he can find some love and some consistency in being in one place, instead of having to travel back and forth. And if that love and that passion for coaching is there, I'm all for it. And I love it. I love the opportunity for him because Michael Vick loves some goddamn football. He loves it. And the knowledge that he has to pass on to the younger generation that can still relate to him because he's not that far removed from the game is dope. It's really dope. Really.
Yeah, I don't love it that much. I love watching football. I damn sure don't love coaching football. I ain't got no patience.
Me and you on the same page. It ain't about me having the patience. It's the fact that my body is still willing and able. And if you put me in any environment when it comes time to competing or challenging each other in anything competitive, my dumb ass
your mind is able.
I'm gonna be in the way.
Your mind is able. Your body ain't able.
Listen, even if my body ain't able, who you think gonna have on some goddamn cleats and the helmet and shoulder pads out there trying to show them how to do it? My dumb ass.
Yeah, you show them how to do it. Say, hey, this is what you do.
hey, I'll be all in the way. You can't. This is what I can't coach at any level. I just can't because I'm gonna be in the way. Because the problem is I think I can still do it. My mind is telling me what to do. My mind knows what to do. Now I'm not sure if my body's going to register what my mind is telling me to do. What I used to do back in 05 and 06 and 07. I feel like I can, and as far as I'm concerned, I can still do it, and I still look the same. Hell, I think I can still play today.
You do, Madden, and you got beat at that yesterday. Yeah. Ocho. Travis Hunter fights back, tells people to mind their own business. His fiancé released an 8-minute long video addressing everything.
Fight back. Hey, listen. Can I say something before you even go up?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
We're in the era of social media. We're in the era of the internet. And what happens is if you don't put anything online when it comes to your relationship or the person you're dealing with, then you don't have to worry about anything. But the minute it touches online, then everyone is welcome and is allowed to have an opinion on, say, a topic, whatever that may be. And that includes Travis Hunter, his fiance, everything he has going on, some of the things that we see online. I mean, I don't really care to chime in about it, but everyone else does because now you put us in your business. Small example, myself, I'm one who doesn't care and always been in that media, so I'm one that overshares when things are going good. So I'm also one when things are going bad, I'm going to continue to overshare because I don't want you to think like, I'm only going to show you the good when things are going fucking beautiful, and all of a sudden when things are bad, I go into hiding. No, if I live publicly when things are good, I'm gonna live publicly when things are bad. So that's something I'm used to. But as far as Travis is concerned and his fiance, you're young, and the best way to go about things, if you don't like the people in your personal business, then you just got to be offline. You got to keep your relationship offline. If that makes sense.
I don't like Ocho. I've been supportive.
Yeah.
But she should never trend in front of Travis. Why you trend?
Oh, okay.
We know you because of Travis.
Wait, say it again.
You're never gonna be. We know her because of Travis.
Okay.
She's not. We knew Giselle before Tom because she was Giselle. She's not a standalone. Right. She's a stand beside. Beyonce is a standalone. We knew Beyonce before her and Jay ever got together.
Hey, can I hold on before you keep going? Hey, can I use that in my next argument? Can I use that? Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I appreciate that.
I don't get, bro. You have to understand.
Right.
And she's like, these women, they're Adidas. Do you understand how this works? And I'm because like I said, I don't know the one, and I'm on her side, and I wanted to win
talk, man.
at the end of the day. And if Trav is happy, some things, guys. How many of y'all listen to what the internet say? None of you. But y'all expect this man to listen. Do y'all expect this man to take y'all advice on his relationship? Who advice do you take? Who advice have you ever taken? That being said, young lady, like Adidas, when these people come around, there are going to be times you're going to have to sign he's going to have to sign footballs. He's going to have to sign helmets. He's going to have to sign jerseys. He's going to have to he's going to have to take pictures. You know how I know? Because when I go to sponsors, I have to sign footballs. I have to sign helmets. I have to sign photos. I have to sign jerseys. That's a part of it. He understands that. You're about to come into a situation. You're going to have more money at your disposal than you even dreamed of. And why is that? That's a part of it. And for you to say, when he's taking those, talking about how long do I have to stay here all day, you should graciously and willingly stay there a month if that's what it requires. And for you to talk about, well, the reason why I left him and for my inbox, well, he's younger than me and he cheated. You see, now you threw that man on the bus. We didn't need to know that. We did not need to know that. Why you put that man business in the street? Are you perfect? Look, I don't like the part of oversharing in a relationship because it was unnecessary. Why you and Travis got together, did you have to say he wasn't my type? That was for nobody to know. You don't have to share everything, people. You don't. And now it makes me, it's none of my business, but it paints you in a bad light. Oh, he wasn't your type, but now he is my type. Well, it seems like your type might be George Washington, Ben Franklin, Ulysses S. Grant. It might be some of those types. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just young lady, you don't have to share. That's you and Travis' relationship. Guys, I don't know what y'all want Ocho and I to do. Ocho has met Travis once. I've met him once. He has the best mentor that he could possibly have. And that's one Prada. He has the best. Guys, we're just like you. We're on the internet. He's not going to listen to us. Sometimes something has to happen to you. You have to see it for yourself. Somebody can't tell you about it, Ocho. If somebody you didn't know offered you advice on finances, everybody on the chat, who y'all listening to him? If somebody that y'all didn't know tell y'all what y'all should do with y'all money, say, hey, give me your money. Listen, no, you're not. So he looks at you guys, and I'm sure he appreciates your support, but he's not going to take your advice when it comes to his dating or who he's going to be with. I just have a problem with her sharing. I have a problem with her understanding. And Ocho, she's young. She doesn't understand what comes along with it. But I'm trying to enlighten her as somebody that's been in that space, as somebody that understands it. When you're dealing with sponsors and you're dealing with advertisers, you go into a room and there are footballs and there are helmets and there's jerseys and there's pictures and you're taking pictures. You understand. For the kind of money that they're going to be paying him, I don't really think that's an awful lot to ask. I don't. Now, I could be wrong, Ocho. And some people might think, well, hey. But I just don't think, ma'am, you need to have this because you were trending. Trav won the Heisman. You didn't win no award. We shouldn't have having this conversation about you. Y'all chose to be together. You're young. Travis is young. Everybody knows that first love. Man, that first one tough, man. Yeah. that first one, Ocho, that
And
first
the
one
best one,
tough.
the best thing about it, and when it comes to that first one, you try to make it last as long as possible because you
Yeah.
think that's the one, and I'm hoping it is, and I love it. I love what they're doing. I love
Hmm.
that for Travis. I love that for her as well. I
Yes.
love love in general. I love it. I just say the issue is if you can or understanding if you have relationship online, it allows everybody in your personal business and everybody to have an
To chime
opinion.
in.
If you can't
Yep.
take that and you have to, come out and say, well, this is that, then you have to take it offline, like
Yeah. If you look here, I'm just saying, when you date
yeah,
publicly, that breakup's gonna be
yeah, hey,
publicly. And just like you owe that Google,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love this
yeah,
man, I
yeah.
love it. When you do all that
Mm-hmm.
publicly, guess what happens when it goes sideways? You see it when they date publicly. Now they saying this, and I didn't do
Yeah.
that, and you didn't pick the kids up, and you was sleeping with this person, and you see
But
all that
you
play
see,
into it.
what I just told you before I started too, huh? When things were
Mm-hmm.
good, hey, you finna get exactly what it is. When things are bad, oh, you finna get that too. You finna get the good and the bad. I mean,
You ain't getting
that's just,
nothing.
hey, I mean,
I like you
yeah,
speculating. Man, he like
hey,
this. Oh, he
yeah,
like this. Oh,
I understand
oh,
what you mean.
he don't date nothing but
Yeah,
this. Oh, he don't date nothing
right,
but
right.
that. Oh, he
Yeah.
do this. And nobody what you call see me nowhere with nobody. So I don't know how y'all know what I like.
Oh, you told her. You told her what you like, huh?
I know what I you
You
know what I
said
like.
210, you all in.
No, I like who hard at the top, feet at the bottom. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. But and look, no, bro, ain't no backpedaling. I'm just saying, I don't agree with what she said. I agree with them to have a right to be together. That's their
Yeah.
decision. She ain't got no gun to his
Nah.
head. So I'm glad everybody, ain't nobody else, only you and I, Ocho, better been in a situation where someone didn't approve of our relationship and we just walked
Mm.
away. He's not wired like that. Because if I'd have listened to let people just I wouldn't have became what I became because people didn't believe I was going to play in the
Right.
NFL. They didn't believe I could go to college and get a
Mm-hmm.
degree. Ocho, you'd have never left Liberty City if you listen to other
Right.
people. When you're a professional athlete, you're wired differently because there are going to be a lot of times that people don't believe in you. They say they believe in you, but you know that they don't because everybody don't see your
Yeah.
vision. It wasn't revealed to them, and that's okay. The problem that I have is that she's revealing too much information. Travis is revealing too much information. You didn't need to tell that she got drunk and cried herself to sleep. That was unnecessary. We didn't need to
Hey,
know that. That's between
that
you
was
and her.
romantic. I ain't hear all that.
Man, that
It
ain't no
was.
romantic, Ocho.
Hey,
Come
listen,
on
think
now.
about this, huh? Listen to the words. Got drunk and cried herself to sleep. Now think about Lenny Williams. What did Lenny Williams do?
He said he cried. So what's a
He
reoccurring
cried
theme?
until
You see how you cope
he
with things?
cried and watched TV till TV went off. That's
Ocho,
romance.
you see how she has to cope? Do you see how she has to
Right,
cope with
right, right,
things?
right, right.
Alcohol, drugs, you see? Is that a good
Yeah.
thing? No, it's not. It's not. Drugs and alcohol is not a coping
Right, right,
mechanism.
right, right.
It leads you down a
Right.
path that you don't want
Oh
to
no,
go
I
on.
know about it. I know I ain't never been down that path, but I can agree with you when you're right because I've heard the stories for those that cope in that manner. Now, my coping, can I tell you, I can tell you about my days when I cried. My
Yes.
coping and how I cope with cigars. I cope with caffeine.
Okay.
When things aren't going well for me, when I was in the fetal position during my time, you know, I go to Starbucks. I go to the Cuban spot, you know. During my time, my coping mechanism, I play FIFA, I play Madden, I play Call of Duty. So
Yes.
my type of coping is a little bit different as opposed to those who consume alcohol, and pills and whatever it may be. My coping is
Right.
just different. It's just think, hey, just think about the pain, I'm talking about,
Yeah.
hey,
Just take it offline.
that fetal position pain. Like
Yeah. You got to tell me nothing.
every man has been through it, and sometimes it changes men for the worse for those that have been through that fetal position because they never see women the same. They never see
No.
women the same after that kind of hurt and that kind of pain. And I wish it on no man. I wish it on no man. And everybody out here, they walk around thinking they tough and like I'm so and so and yeah, okay. Boy, you will find the one that day will have you in that fetal position, boy. And when she do, boy, may God be with you. It ain't no joke.
Yes, but
Yes, sir.
Ocho, people make it seem like, oh, she. So what about the people that you thought was going to be together for 10, 15 years and they don't make it? Then what do you say? Y'all make it seem like it's a guarantee that if everything is perfect today, it'll be that way tomorrow. It'll be that way 5 years from tomorrow or 10 years from tomorrow. Then what?
Yeah.
Look, how you do with how you do. I'm a very private person. I don't reveal as much as I don't reveal a whole lot. If you notice, I used to reveal my dogs and show different things. I said, let me shut this down. Let me shut this down. And it's okay. I never revealed a partner. They speculate, but only one time, I think that was in 2012. We went to the first honors was in India. And I got a picture snap. But I'm okay with I'm okay with y'all not being in my business. I don't want nobody talking to my kids. I just recently started posting my kids. I'm like, hey, y'all, you okay with it? For the longest, I never posted them. Daddy, we grown. We good. My son, I've never posted my grandson. That's not my job. That's his parents' job. If they want to post him, they can post him. I don't do that. My other daughter, yeah, you can post. Hey, you good. I just like I don't like people in my business. I don't like people speculating because they see one thing, and even if they see one thing, they'll believe something else. So I just like to keep people out of my business. And Travis, if I can give you any advice, not that you have to take it, because like I said, I believe you have one of the great mentors of mentorship. Is that, bro, keep it offline.
Yeah. Or
keep your dating life offline. Now, if you want to post you working out or stuff like that, have at it. But man, them relationships, because everybody's Dr. Ruth, everybody's Dr. Phil, everybody's Dr. Lawrence Schlesinger, and it's just not going to end well. And then what makes it worse, Ocho, is that he's listening to the comments. He's reading the comments. She's reading the comments. She's listening to what's said.
Hey, you got to have that I don't give a fuck. I've had that I don't give a fuck very, very long time. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do anyway. When things go good, I'm happy. When things go bad, I'm happy. It's going to be in the public. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm going to still do what the hell I want to do. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing going to change. I've always been this way. Whatever. On to the next. And just keep on.
Because most of the time, Ocho, you know what they're waiting to say? I told you. I knew it wasn't going to last. What I tell you? Did that? Hey, Ash, remember I told you? Hey, Joe, remember I told you? I told you. I knew it. I knew it was fake. They doing too much. Every time they turn around, they make it seem like everybody just waiting to say, I told you. That's how we are. Ocho, the Pop-Tarts Bowl trophy is a fully functioning toaster. What would the Nightcap Bowl trophy be?
Oh, that's a good one. The Nightcap Bowl trophy. It'd be it'd be like how at weddings, how they have the chocolate fountain.
Yeah.
The trophy would be something with nightcap in it and have that's a good one. It got nothing to do with chocolate. I'm just saying it has something to do with just revolving money, and money just continues to circulate and just go in and out of some type of, I don't know. I'm not good in creative, in the creative world like that.
Well, I was gonna say maybe we could have somebody have our two heads, but not the guy that did D Wade. Not the guy that did D Wade.
That's bad. Whoever does the bus for the goddamn Hall of Fame. Yeah. Whoever that is.
You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be, it might be a hodgepodge. Yeah. It might be some rolls. It might be some condoms. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? It might be a couple of things, some hair
Right,
products.
right.
A beanie.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
Cigar.
Cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget your yak now. You gotta have some yak in there too.
Yeah. We're gonna have that thing on there.
Gotta have some yak.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of trophies. We just have a basket. It's gonna have a gift basket
full of trophies that resonate with us and some of the things we enjoy.
Yes. So you got Laportier, you got cigars, you got Rose Sparks up in there. Man, you got all kind of stuff.
I like it.
I know they're gonna want to win that trophy.
Yes.
Summer Walker and Sexy Red tell a caller to go back to her boyfriend after he cheated on her twice in 9 years ago. People should be,
Damn.
So Summer Walker and Sexy Red tell a caller to go back to her boyfriend after he cheated on her twice in 9 years together. People shouldn't be accepting that, but you are right. Like literally 2 times is nothing. But friend, we can't sound like this. We have to work on ourselves and accept better. We all like that, but there's some people that genuinely feel like there are some men that don't cheat, and they'll argue with you up and down that they'll make it be like, all you women just be with them ends that be cheating. So that's why I don't say nothing. But no, babe, they're all cheating. So go back to like, what the F?
What do you do? Women like a certain type. Women want a man with a certain type of revenue and income. Normally, the type of men that you want and like that are wealthy, that are rich. What does that come with, Unc? I'm just curious. For the people in the back, real quick, just what does that come with? Men that have the resources and have access to multiple women and are rich, what does that come with?
Yeah, because if he has resources to cars, homes, he also have resources to women.
I just don't understand. Like it's fucking math. 2 + 2 = fucking 2. 2 + 2 = fucking 2. It's come with the territory since the beginning of fucking time. Someone with riches, fame, celeb. It's what it is, and it's always been that way. Why do we continue to have this fucking discourse and conversation about men that have money and what they fucking do? It's the same shit every fucking time.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't really know the circumstances in which, like I said, I don't hear the call. Ocho, we got about another 25 days before we've been good, Ocho. We've been good. We got 14 days, Ocho, and we'll be off probation. Because they were trying to, we were about to lose your job. You were about to lose your channel. You were about to lose your channel. And we're not going to do that. So with that being said, Ocho, I don't know the situation. I don't know. I mean, looks like from the caller, they said twice in 9 years. I mean, some they can forgive, some that's unforgivable. I'm not, Ocho, I don't tell nobody how they should be in a relationship, how they should be, what you should forgive, what is unforgivable. I don't really
You know what? Hold on. I got one for you. How about you don't forgive, right? And you go to the next person. You know what's gonna happen?
What?
Same shit. You don't forgive again, you go to the next person that meets all the qualifications that you want, the same shit. You know, and the cycle gonna keep motherfucking continuing to repeat itself until you fucking get it through your goddamn head.
Yeah.
You know? Hello? I'm just saying. I mean, how long you been around?
Who, me?
How long you been around?
Oh,
listen, in this specific field, in this specific craft, or around a specific types of individuals, and understanding the landscape of how things work. Like, what are we doing?
Well, That's what I mean. That young lady is gonna have to talk to her, um, boyfriend, significant other, whatever the case was, and then they'll have to come to a conclusion on that. Uh, uh, Everybody doesn't cheat.
No, they don't.
All women
They
don't
don't.
cheat. All men
No, they
don't
don't.
cheat. Uh,
They don't.
but at the end of the day, I think you and I we're realistic in our
Yeah,
expectations.
yeah. They all don't.
Okay, Ocho, very, very interesting story. According to reports, a phallic laser pointer sparked a heated dispute at Jamie Foxx's birthday
What?
dinner. According to TMZ, during the celebration at Mr. Child's in Beverly Hills, someone from the VIP rented area by Jackass production company Penis House Productions projected a penis-shaped laser at Jamie's table, upsetting him, especially since his kids were present. Jamie went upstairs to confront the group, leading to an altercation. Sources say Jackass Forever stuntman Jasper Dolphin allegedly threw a glass at Jamie, cutting him near his mouth. Jamie, bleeding, exclaimed, "It's my birthday. What's wrong with you?" before leaving to get stitches. People play too much. They play entirely too much. Why? But you see, Ocho, now somebody had to say, because I didn't know Jamie Foxx was having a birthday party there. I mean, who's coming there with a production? They went there with that to do that.
So is he okay? I'm assuming this wasn't a stun or nothing like that. You say it was somebody.
Yeah, man, he threw a glass and hit him in his mouth and busted and cut him. You mean, is he okay?
Man, normally that starts a Royal Rumble. I don't see someone throwing something at Jamie Foxx.
That Jamie ain't really trying to squabble like that. But they know who to do that to. Normally, somebody goes to Mr. Childs. They ain't trying to bang. Okay, they ain't trying to bang.
Right.
They just want to have a good time. They with their family. They with some loved ones. They
celebrating
with some
something.
They want to get a good meal. People play too much, man. Y'all need to stop playing. Everybody ain't about them pranks. I see people in the mall. They go to the escalator one side. Is that your man? And people, bro. Y'all
but
stop.
This is not a prank.
Everybody don't play like y'all play.
Yeah, but it's not a prank though, huh?
Too grown.
This is not a prank.
Yeah, he got a phallic shape laser pointing at Jamie.
Okay. Oh, and okay. I see where you're going. And Jamie got upset and confronted him about doing the bullshit. Okay,
yes.
Now I got you.
He got kids at the table. Because they probably got some special coming out of something. Because they be doing pranks like that. But I'm not the one. I am not.
You never been pranked?
I don't play like that, Ocho. I don't play like that. Because actually they wanted to punk me.
Had Punk. Yeah,
at a TV show.
Punk was funny.
My daughter Kayla said, "Nah, Daddy ain't the one."
No,
I don't play like that. I don't play with people I don't know. Don't play with me. You don't know me like that. I don't play with you. I don't play. People that know me, I'm very matter of fact. I'm from point A. I'm from point B. I don't all that kiki. Me and you joking back and forth. That is not the Shannon Sharpe that I am. I am not.
Wait, so you don't be joking with me? You not? Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And people expect this is how I am.
With them, outside of me.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was just an act with me. I was sad.
No. I don't listen. I'm very respectful. Hey, how you doing? I always, anytime I meet somebody, Ash always, why you do that? Hello, I'm Shannon Sharpe. I'm not arrogant enough to believe that everybody knows who I am. Boom. Don't play. Just, hey, go on about your business. Let me go about my business. Cause boy, look here. We told Mr. Childs up. Mr. Childs have been closed for renovation. I promise you.
Would have been in that tussling up.
I guarantee you that's not. I bet you that wouldn't have made the Netflix special if they were shooting some kind of prank bull job for a movie. I bet you that wouldn't have made it.
Hell no.
Like I said, that's why I stay to myself. I sneak in, I sneak out. I go in there, my like 7:30. I'm trying to get in and get out. I'm out of there. I don't do a whole lot of big crowds and stuff. Nah, hey man, we got this. No, just let me go ahead and buy my business.
Right.
People just play too much. I don't. When is this? You know what happened, Ocho? The internet caused this because everybody's trying to capture content.
Right. Especially in this era. That's the era we're in right now. We're in the content era.
That's the problem. And everybody want to get content. And you saw that guy got shot in the mall. He got put that 22 on him. Talking about, oh, you shot me. Yeah. Cause stop playing with people. Y'all stop running on people and throwing stuff on people in these stores and stuff and doing all kind of stuff, man. Y'all too grown for that.
Yes, sir. Now I was gonna say it's a means of income. It's a different way of revenue, a different way of income, and it's the times we're in now. People understand that you can make money based on these pranks, and
you get the hell beat out you. How much is that worth?
Shoot, depending on if it go viral, boy, it could be a pretty penny too. Now think about it.
Mm-hmm. You won't enjoy none of it. Uno confirms you cannot stack plus cards on top of another. So in other words, you can't officially put draw 2 on a draw 2. I told y'all been making up rules. Y'all won't even rule. Y'all won't even read the rules.
So if you throw down a draw 2 and I'm supposed to draw 2, I can't hit you with a draw 2 before I draw the 2 out?
No.
Okay. I mean, I never played that way anyway, because if you drop down a draw 2, I draw my 2. And
move and it's moving.
And it continues to the next person, whoever's after me.
Right.
Yeah. I've always played like that. Now,
or if we playing like just you and I playing, and I put draw 2 down on you, and you draw 2, I can't put another draw 2 down there.
Nah. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna get me some Uno cards to have a draw 50. I'm gonna drop that draw 50 on you.
Hey, it's funny. Out of most of the people in the chat, depending on how long they've been following me, I play Uno, with my people on our dates.
Yeah.
When the bill come, we play Uno to decide who pays best game out of 3. And we play old school rules. And the new Uno card you buy, I don't like the fact that it comes with all these new cards and all these new ways to play the game. I throw those out.
Yeah.
Where you can write in something new, and I throw all that out. I want to play the original Uno game that I was playing when I was growing up. I'm not playing all that new stuff they be talking about today.
Man, Uno say, man, look here. Y'all been playing the hood version of Uno, and we go take it back. We go take it back to the way the game was intended to be played, which is we did that with everything. We go find a loophole to make it specific to us. Be it spades, be it Monopoly. Cause hey, you cool, don't worry about it. You land on my property, you skate. You can't, it's not supposed to be like that. If somebody lands on your property, you got to charge, you got to tax them. But hey, it is what it is. Ocho, now it's time for our last segment of the evening. It's time for Q&A. If you have a problem with someone, do you expect your friends not to talk to that person too? Or is it okay for them to be cool with that person? It all depends on who the friend is.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, you know what? I used to be like that. I did. I used to be like that. I used to be, if I was dating someone and we met these people while we were dating, if we broke up, I broke up with them too.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I ain't never got that serious about it, man.
I'll bring it with you. But now I don't like look, there are people like Bucky don't really know, like Bucky and Burns, like we kind of like know kind of like the same people. So we cool. But if Burns or Bucky say, hey man, I don't mess with that dude. Well, you might as well just mark me off the list too.
I ain't never been like that, huh? I ain't never been like that.
The hell you say?
Yeah, I've never been like that. It's too much. It's too much for me to be worried about. There's too much shit that I don't really care about. I don't care whether you like me or not. I don't care whether you're here, whether you stay, whether you go. I just for me, it's just too much, you know.
Yeah,
That never been a concern of mine.
I'm bringing up with everybody. Hey, we broke up.
I don't be tripping.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, most of my the people that Bucket know, like we both know, like no, because like my friends in Denver, I mean, he's still cool. He see him and such and such. Burns, the same thing. I mean, so we, Burns met Bucket through me. Bucket met Burns through me. So they cool. Right. Hey, I wouldn't, when Burns would come, I'm like, man, I'm going home. Y'all not finna mess up my house. Man, come on. Hey, which one of y'all will take my homeboy out? Man, we got it, man. Sharpe don't do nothing. No, because Sharpe, because when y'all leave, y'all not finna mess up my house. Got me coming in at 1, 2 in the morning when she know I don't ever come into that time. So the first thing she got antenna going off. No. And I got to come in the house stepping on lips. Lips poked out. I'm trying to, Ocho, I cross it. Oh, no. That ain't happening. Y'all got them. You're not finna mess up my home. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If I met, like I said, I hadn't met anybody in a long time, but back in before, if me and my person that I'm with, if we meet somebody together and we break up, I broke up with them too.
Man, you petty, boy.
Yep.
I remain. Hey, listen, I remain friends and cordial with everybody, man. I ain't got no issues.
Because Ocho, because guess what? When was the last time you talked to?
I ain't never been like that.
Haram Abdul Lajuan. Atlanta need to just gamble on Michael Penix because Cousins is not the dude for the Falcons. He reminds me of Scott Bakula from the movie Necessary Roughness. I think, listen, and I've said this from the very beginning, Ocho, I believe they ride Cousins because they're just one game back and they beat Tampa head to head. So it might be a situation where they pay to play Tampa later and it comes down, they beat Tampa again, they win the division.
I mean, well,
so I believe that's why they stay with Cousins. But it's hard for me to see it's hard for me to see a situation where he's back next year.
No, hell no. Definitely not coming back next year after what he just played. The back half of this goddamn season. Penix will be the goddamn starter next year. And the way he's playing, if they do happen to, hypothetically speaking, have to play Tampa again, they ain't beating that motherfucking Baker Mayfield team the way they playing. They just hung up 40 on. I forgot who they hung up 40 on 2 days.
The Chargers.
Oh, man, please. 40-17 at that? You ain't beating that Baker Mayfield. No, not this go round.
King Govan said, Unc Ocho, my Bears fired the head coach OC, still terrible. If they can do it all over again, knowing what they know now, do you think they keep Justin or just draft a different quarterback? It's all about, look, they draft Justin. I don't think they coached him up properly. He has some flaws, but hey, every quarterback has some flaws. But if you coach him up properly, you can get that out of him. And basically, you brought very similar quarterback, very similar style of play. Both athletic quarterbacks make plays outside the pocket, reliant on their legs, and you kind of coach them the same way. You look at Jaden Daniels, have Cliff Kingsbury, look at how he looks, and it's hard for you to tell me that McLaurin and those guys that he has as weapons are any better than what they have in Chicago. When you look at Keenan Allen, you look at DJ Moore, you look at Cole Kmet, It's hard for me. You can't convince me, Ocho. I like Terry McLaurin. I do.
Yeah.
Roma do. I like those guys over there at the Commanders. But you can't convince me that they're better, the skill position are any better than those in Chicago. So coaching has a lot to do with it. I think probably they stayed with Eberflus a little bit too long. They probably should have went to a more offensive-minded head coach, great offensive coordinator, because you can have a defensive-minded head coach, but you have to have an innovative mind as an offensive coordinator. You see DQ Dan Quinn, in Washington, and he brings in somebody that's very, very proficient at dealing with this style of quarterback. He had a Patrick Mahomes. He had Johnny Manziel. He coached Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M. He had Kyler Murray. He had boom, bring him in, let it work.
Good resume of quarterbacks.
Yes. Green Ivy, MVP of the season is Kirk Cousins' agent. Boy, no, what you mean the season?
Yeah.
For his career. I don't know what he paid his agent, but he should give 10% just cause.
Yeah. You know, that
Isaiah Lancaster, Unc Ocho, will the Eagles catch the Lions for #1 seed due to the injuries, or will the Bills catch the Chiefs? I think both are true. I think the Eagles catch the Lions.
The Bills definitely catching the Chiefs. Definitely.
Yep.
They're going to get home field advantage.
B. Hunter said, Unc, my ex broke up with me 2 days ago, and she seemed so cold-hearted after she told me I was one of the best things that ever happened to her. And now I'm stuck and hurt. How should I move on?
Let me tell you something. If she talked to you like she's part of HR, it's over, boy. It's over. Yeah, it's over. And sometimes you are the best thing that happened to her until somebody wrong.
At that time.
At that time. Yes. Yeah, I know how you feel. I know you probably been in that fetal position, huh? That shit ain't no joke, ain't it? I've been there, young fella. I've been there. It's gonna be okay. One day at a time.
One day at a time. You're absolutely right. It's tough, bro. It's tough because, like you said, I mean, you guys were together. She told you she was the best. You were the best thing that happened to her. You believe that. You had no reason not to believe it. I'm sure y'all did a lot of things together, and you know, sometimes, and it's easier. I still believe it's easier to grow apart than it is to grow together, because growing together it takes effort. Growing apart doesn't take nothing.
Just leave.
It'll take nothing.
Yeah, growing apart. I call it that's quitting. Quitting. We ain't quitting on this end. And I know you probably watching too. Fuck you, me. You ain't no quitter. Is your last name Campbell?
Pat Dub said
that was his last name, right?
Huh? Who?
Quit. I mean, you didn't get that, Campbell? He quit on his team? No.
Oh, Devondre. Yeah, Devondre.
It is Campbell, right?
Yes.
Okay, that was a good joke. That's a good jokey joke.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Unc Ocho, time is flying from Cat Bombshell to Michelle. It all feels like a long time ago. Have y'all had a chance to stop and smell the roses?
Well, I ain't really had a chance to smell no roses. You know, I smelled a rose, you know. Other than that, that's about it. That's about it.
Man, kind of like when you're in it, when you grind as much as we do. No, I haven't. I said I want to take some time to just to look back and see how 24, how great 24 has been for Shay Media and everybody that's involved. But I don't get that luxury because Ash and CJ are already talking about 25.
I'm ready. I'm ready
so,
for 25.
So I don't, CJ is already like, what do you think about these names? What do you think about these names? Like, we're already the day after Christmas lining up guests to sit down and interview so we can start putting things out in early January. I think when it's hard when you're in it, Ocho. Because when I look back at it, I didn't really get an opportunity to smell the roses in my career until it was done. And then sometimes I look back like, damn, I did that. Wow. You so caught up in it, trying to be better than you were yesterday, trying to be better than you were last year, that sometimes I believe enjoyment robs you of progress. Mm-hmm. Because what happens is you're enjoying the moment and you're not going forward. So you have to stop to enjoy something. And I tend to keep moving. That's just me. Laney Ray, hey guys, if you had to pick one favorite quote from each other of the show, what would it be? Can you give a teaser for a new quote that we can expect on new merch?
Oh, I gotta wait till 2025 for my new quotes. Yeah, I'm not using no more of my good quotables in 2024. Now in 2025 is gonna be another slate, that I've taken from my grandfather and some of them old players, some old players I met at the Domino House back in 83 and 85, 1983, 85. Some of the things they used to say back then that is still stuck with me today. So based on circumstance and scenario, y'all gonna be getting them.
I don't know. I mean, Ash and Justin present like quotes, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then, a lot of times you have to like see it. Like, I know, okay, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. I don't know. I mean, I've said so many in Ocho in 16 months. I've got up so
some
many
good ones too. Now I got a whole book. Hey, I got a whole book of stuff now. I got all my stuff written down.
I don't know. That's Laney, that's a question for Ash. Fly On's 25 said Unc Ocho, big fan of both from playing days and been with Nightcap from day one. Would love a birthday shout out for my son Jay and I on today. See you guys in New Orleans. Hey Jay, appreciate that, bro. You and your son, happy birthday. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I don't know what you guys did today, but hopefully it was something fun. Got a chance to hang with family, friends, and loved ones. But bro, I look forward to seeing you guys in New Orleans also. He probably been a little bit too young to come, but we look forward, Ocho and I, and the Nightcap team really look forward to seeing you. Ocho doing them prison workouts. Cam said, I met you, Unc, at the Marriott Bar, Ren Center, when Super Bowl was in Detroit. You are very formal. It wasn't you that stole my suitcase, was it? No. Ocho, you know how to say, please check the tags on your bag? I had a Toomey suitcase. It rolled around, had a heavy red tag, heavy on it. I grabbed it, go to the room. I don't think nothing about it. It
wasn't even yours.
Ocho, I opened the suitcase. I see curling iron. I see hair bonnet. I see heels. I'm like, hold on. I said, I know somebody playing no joke on me. I said, ain't no way. I said, well, maybe somebody put their stuff on top of my. Man, lady had my suitcase. I had hers.
Hey, how you got it back though?
Name. She ended up on my bags is Shelly's name. So Shelly called Shelly. Shelly called me. I then called her and had to catch a cab, bring the bag to her and get my bag. And it was very inconvenient because it was cold and snowing in Detroit. And anybody, I think it was like 2008. Who played in Detroit? Oh, was that the Steelers Super Bowl?
Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah. Was that the Steelers Super Bowl? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Seattle and Pittsburgh. Okay, yeah. King Jenkins says, can you shout out my daughter, Mia and Ava? Is it Mia or Maya? M-I-Y, Maya? Mia? Maya? Sure, King. Maya, Ava, your dad want to say wanted the Ocho and I and the Nightcap crew to shout you out. Hopefully you guys are doing really well. King, thank you guys. Thank you for the support. We really, really appreciate that. It always means a lot when people show up and want to shout out and that's been following us, that's been down with us from day one. So Maya, Ava, here's a shout out from Unc Ocho. This concludes this edition of Nightcap. Thank you for joining us as you watch the Vikings take down the Bears 30-12, and you watch Atlanta stay one game back of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South with a 15-9 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. Thank you for joining us for Nightcap. I am your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He is Liberty City's own, being a Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Tell family, friends, and loved ones to do likewise. And go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. And we thank you for your continued support. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. The holidays are here. And what better way to celebrate than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier? Now, if you cannot find it in a city or state near you, go to the site, order it. December 18th is the cutoff. We can ensure if you order it by the 18th, we can get it to you by the 30th. That's the cutoff, December 18th. One more thing, please drink responsibly. Go follow my media company page on all of its platforms. That's Shay Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84, with 84 being spelled out. Our newest release dropped last month, T-shirts and sweats. We also have some fun stocking stuffers, beanie koozies, and mugs. Quantities are limited, so please make sure you grab yours while supplies last. Tickets for the Super Bowl show in New Orleans, our first spring tour stop, are on sale now. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's February the 6th in New Orleans. Be there. We've been nominated, Ocho, for 2 sports podcast awards, Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Again, 2 sports podcast awards Nightcap has been nominated for, Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Please make sure you go vote. The link is pinned at the top of the chat and on all our social pages and our social bios. Again, the Bears moved to 12-2 with a win over the Vikings moved to 12-2 with a win over the Bears. And the Falcons stay one game behind of the Bucs in the crowded NFC North with a 15-9 victory over Las Vegas. I'm Unc. He's Ocho.
See y'all tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us.